heart stopped and my stomach sank when I felt the impact. All I had on my mind was my pregnant wife at home and the baby I may not see the birth of. As the glass flew around me, all I could think was that this was the end. This was the night that I was hit by a drunk driver. I'd like to take the time to explain to everyone how you can avoid being in a DUI-related accident from being the driver to being the victim. First of all, I'd like to talk about how you can avoid being the drunk driver. First of all, you will need a designated driver, a DD, preferably someone who rarely drinks. That way, there's less of a chance of your plan falling through. Also, you would want to give your keys to the designated driver if you drove to the event. It also helps to have a plan. It's better if you have someone drive you to the event. That way you do not have a car to drive back home. If you are at a friend's house, you could stay the night, or if you're at a bar or club, find a local hotel that's within walking distance so you can stay the night. The price you're going to pay for the hotel is a lot less than you pay for drunk driving. I'd now like to talk to you about how to avoid being a victim of a DUI accident. First of all, you have to watch out for those cautious times during the night. Usually around 2 a.m. is last call, and all the people who have been drinking are going to be out on the roads. Secondly, you want to avoid the roads near bars and clubs because they're going to be the highest traffic area, and there's at least going to be a few people who have been drinking that night. You also want to avoid stop signs and traffic lights as much as possible. Find a road that's more of a steady flow, because if you are constantly at stop signs or traffic lights, that increases your chance of someone rear-ending you, which has happened to me. You also want to be a defensive driver. If you see someone swing left and right between lanes, you want to avoid them. You also want to avoid being in front of cars as much as possible if you have to drive during those hours. So what I'd suggest is to slow down, pull behind any car that's behind you, and stay behind and keep a careful eye out. That way, if the person is drunk and they do not see the red light, they're not hitting you and you just watch them go by. Since the day of the accident, I've had many problems I have to live with for the rest of my life. I've had constant back troubles, and I have a lot of emotional troubles attached with that. And the purpose of my speech is to make sure that this doesn't happen to anyone else. So, from not being the driver to not being the victim, there are many ways you can protect yourself. Thank you.